All you need for the pillowcase project is your pattern, which you can get off my website, your pins. I have a water-soluble pen, and the fabric that you plan to use. The length of your fabric needs to be a big rectangle, and the measurements I'm using is from the nape of the child's neck, that little indentation, down to their knees, plus 6 inches more for this particular project. Okay, ladies, the first thing I want you to do is use that small sheet of paper I gave you that is an 1.5 inch guide. And I want you to use your water-soluble marker or a piece of chalk to mark that 1.5 inches all the way across. And I'm going to do that on the top. The next step is we're just going to roll the bottom of the dress. So put the bottom of the dress, and where you do that line, you're just going to fold it up to that point and iron it in place. Okay? You're going to do that all the way across. Then, I want you to take the next step, roll it again. This is called a rolled hem. Roll it and iron it flat. All the way across again. Then we'll sew it in place. Okay, what I'm going to do now is take that hem, put it right under the presser foot, and I'm making the presser foot, which is this piece right here, even with that piece of fabric. And I'm going to sew a straight line. I'm sewing in turquoise, so hopefully you should be able to see it a little bit better. Just doing a straight stitch, coming straight down, back stitching at the top. I'm going to go all the way down the piece of fabric like that. Now I'm going to take that hem. This is called the right side and this is the wrong side of the fabric. I'm going to line up the right sides of the fabric together. And I'm going to put a pin. I'm going to do that about every 2 inches all the way up. I'm going to do that about every 2 inches all the way up this piece of fabric. Then I'm going to do the same straight thing here. I'm just going to sew. And there we'll have our pillowcase to actually start the pillowcase dress. Okay, what we have now is a pillowcase essentially. And what I'm going to do is lay the pillowcase right side out. I'm going to take the folded section and bring it to the selvage. Okay? Just like that. I'm going to take my pattern and I'm going to lay it down armpit on the selvage. And that's what we're drawing right here, is an armpit for this particular dress. Okay, I'm going to lay it down and you can see the selvage right there, leaving the folded in the middle. And I'm just going to draw that armhole in. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut right on that line. And when you open it up, you have a little pillowcase dress. What I'm going to do is open this up so you can see I have the actual armhole right here. And I'm going to take a zigzag, which most machines have. Almost every machine I've ever dealt with has. And you're going to back stitch it a little bit like always. And we're just going to zigzag this down. All the way across. And so I don't have to change my machine. I'm going to make sure I do both sides. By putting that zigzag in, what that's going to do is stop it from fraying in the washing machine when it's washed. See how these little fibers that can pull out? That zigzag is going to stop. What we're going to do is take that zigzag stitch and turn it to the right side of the fabric. Okay? See how I've got about a 1/2 inch? And we can put our pins in here to make sure it doesn't move around on us. Just like that. And I'm going to turn it back to a straight stitch, put it down, and I'm going to sew that zigzag down. Now, I didn't pin the whole thing because it is a little hard to turn, okay? So if you notice, I'm only doing about 1 inch at a time. Turn, go, turn, go. This is not your traditional way, but it was the simplest, cheapest way we could do these dresses. And since we're trying to make 100 for our mission project, felt like that was a good way to do it. And you can see how great that looks. Okay, now what I'm going to do is actually iron that armhole down. Okay, make sure it's nice and flat and pretty. Just like that. I'm going to do that on both sides. We're almost done, ladies. The last step is going to be just what we did a little bit earlier, where we are actually going to fold this down on the line that we drew. Okay. We're going to do the other side as well. Fold it down, flip it over. Fold it down on that blue line that we drew earlier. Okay. And we're going to fold it one more time, just like before. Okay, so I did it before. Now we're going to top stitch right around here, and we're going to leave these sides open so we can run our ribbon, and voila, this dress. The very last part of this project is just a safety pin on a ribbon, and we're going to take it through the necklines. So one through here, and I'm sure you guys have all had to do this at one time or another, whether it's been sewing or in a lost belt, or a lost piece of elastic or something to that effect. I remember doing this as a kid a lot for some reason. And I'm going to do it through both sides. And what we're going to do is actually do the bow on one side. It'll just be a little less work for them to have to keep up with and wash. And it's kind of a new way to do pillowcase dress. All right. We are finished. Let's look at the final. And here we go. Cutest little dress ever. I don't have a great place to hang it up, but there you can see it's just going to be adorable and perfect for those little girls. I know they're just going to be tickled. Thanks for doing the project with me.